The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business. From $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals making waves in the industry. I'm your host, Karen Robertson. Today, we're thrilled to feature Kristy. She's a top real estate agent from North Dakota with nearly a decade of experience. Kristy is known for delivering attentive, professional service to buyers and sellers across residential, multifamily, and commercial markets. Her dedication to understanding clients' needs and exceeding expectations has earned her a stellar reputation. So whether you're buying or selling, Kristy's expertise and passion for real estate are sure to inspire. So let's dive in. Welcome to the show, Kristy.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
So first off, would you like to share with the listeners, what inspired you to pursue a career in real estate?
Oh, absolutely. Mine is kind of different than most. So where I live is actually an oil field, an oil industry up here. And I was actually a in-house landman for an oil company. So I was working corporate America, doing land work and things of that nature. But we had to buy out a certain area of the city due to the fact that it was too close to the wells and such. So I decided to get my real estate license, kind of learn a little bit more about how to do that properly. And then I just kind of dove in. I eventually switched jobs to sales, kept my real estate going with that, and then eventually went full-time real estate. And I absolutely love it. So I have a different little background so I can help clients in different ways when they have the well pads on their surface and such when we're selling them.
Awesome. And you nearly a decade of experience. So what's been the most rewarding part of helping clients find their dream home?
When it comes to homes, it's just, I don't know, it's so darn special to watch everybody come together. I would say our area in particular, it's a little bit different, right? We're not in these bougie areas. We're definitely very rural. So when we get somebody a home, it's a lot of times it's people in their 40s, 50s that could never afford a home until they came up here and started working in the oil field. So it's super rewarding to see all different types. And we also have the complete opposite. We have like 19, 20-year-olds buying their first home because working in the oil field, they can work hard and make enough money to purchase a home. It's just so fun to see people be so excited to be able to achieve their goals over a long period of time, or people that can achieve it at a young age. Whereas, I never thought that was possible when I was 18 years old, So it's very fun to watch.
And how do you approach truly understanding what a client wants in their ideal property?
I just ask a ton of questions. I mean, I start out with what's your needs, what's your wants, what areas of the, town do you want to be, out of town, in town? A lot of people want different things. We also have to take into consideration here, lifestyle. Most people here have campers, boats, trailers, all those kinds of things, or even derby cars, things like that. So you got to also ask, what do you have that you're going to want at your house? Because the covenants aren't going to allow everything. So we definitely take into a whole account of things as not just the inside. Of course, usually the woman is the inside portion, right? But we have to take account for everything that they have to make sure that when they move in, they can have all their stuff and things as well with the property. So up here, we see a lot of people that want the more acreage than small in-town lots.
Yeah, sure. And so when you come to market these houses, what strategies do you use to effectively market homes and make them stand out? Is it a competitive market where you're at?
I would say it's competitive, but we are so darn depleted. So when you do get something good, I mean, it flies off the market quite quickly. I mean, we only have 55 to 60 homes on the market right now at a time in the exact town that I live. But even the surrounding town, I mean, you can probably only get 120 for a 100-mile radius. I mean, we just don't have much left after, COVID and the interest rates going down. But as far as strategy, social media is key. I mean, everybody is on their phones. Everybody's flipping through their phones. So you want to make sure your social media is on point, doing video walkthroughs, doing the dronography, especially because, like I said, we do a lot of places with land. So people want to see where it's at, what the land looks like, all those kind of things. So definitely doing a lot of that. And just being out there in the community so people can talk to you, making sure you're following up with a ton of different people that are looking for those items.
And so what do you think has changed? You've been in this for over a decade. What sort of trends do you see coming?
Um, it has changed so much since I started. I mean, for one, we had everything, right? It was so busy. When we first got into it, it was the oil boom, and we had builders from all over here building and stuff. So you had a lot more on the market. I think what's changing now is people are super, super picky. So you're seeing people wanting to build more than just to buy anything. They're being picky about what they're going to spend their money on. If they're going to spend that higher interest rate and make those larger payments, they want what they want. So we're not seeing people just settle anymore. We're definitely seeing people take their time and wait it out and find what they're really looking for, or we go into finding them a builder.
And look, everybody we've spoken to over the sort of the last year, I would say, it was a weird year last year. So where you are, North Dakota, how have things been in this last year, 2024? How many transactions did you guys do?
I think I personally had 33 transactions. Granted,
Oh,
I do a lot of commercials, so a lot of bigger properties. But I mean, I do anywhere from 33 to 50, depending on what I'm selling that year. I've
hmm
been okay. I mean, I definitely see a trend of people selling less. I mean, obviously, we have less inventory. I'm just a work smarter, not harder kind of person. So I will always go out there and find something I can sell or something I can do. I don't just put myself in one niche where that's all I can do. So I'm definitely just out there, but it definitely has been trending that you're seeing less sales over the course of the time because we have less inventory and we also have less builders, we have less contractors, less everything. Um,
hmm
we are basically in the middle of nowhere. So, and it's really cold here and it's hard to get people up here. So I hope maybe even by some of these podcasts, we can get builders to come up here and build for us. We would truly love that.
So has it helped going into commercial? Did you start with commercial real estate, or was that something that you added as you went?
I started in residential. I think that's how most agents get their start. I
hmm
mean, there's those rare, weird ones that come off that way. But I eventually just realized that's kind of where my heart was. That's where I know a lot about it. I mean, I come from a rural area. I also did live on a farm. And with my oil experience, I just know a lot more about those properties and I enjoy those properties. I definitely find that that's just where my area of expertise is. I also like big land deals because I can do a lot of research on the land. We have a lot of pipelines and things like that. So I know how to find the things we're needing to get the client to the finish line of how they want to develop that land as well.
And so what's next? What's next for Kristy? What are your goals for this year?
I think this year I might dive into a little building myself. So I think that's where it's going for me. A little more development type strategy. We'll see what happens, but I think that's where I'm going this year. I am definitely a person every year I got to do something a little more, a little different. I'm always striving to do the next thing. I'm not a person that can just stay monotone in life. Like you always got to be going up.
So what advice finally would you give to anybody entering the real estate or the business of real estate in any shape or form for this year?
I would say put your mind to it. You can do anything. It doesn't matter what market you are in. It really doesn't matter what you're up against. Don't be lazy. Don't sit at home. Get out there. If you have nothing on your schedule that day, make something on your schedule. You're going to call people, go to coffee, go to lunch, get out there in the community. That's the only way you hear things, know things, meet people. You're going to find the deals, but you have to get out there, get involved, get into some groups, some community events, donate your time here and there, be known on social media. There's just so many ways to get there, but you have to go out and find your clients. They're not just going to come to you. They're not going to fall in your lap. You're not going to get this magical phone call. It doesn't work like that. I think a lot of agents get into it not realizing it is 100% you. Like, nobody else is going to make you win. You have to go out there and make yourself win. And it's definitely possible. So, and always be talking about real estate. Literally, I've never had a conversation with anybody without bringing up something real estate related. So it's the only way you can find your clients.
Brilliant. And finally, so because here at Icons, we're not just a podcast. We are the #1 real estate podcast network globally. And we're passionate about making podcasting accessible for anybody involved in the business of real estate. So, Kristy, if you had your own podcast, what would you call it?
I would definitely say it had to be something about like maybe Straight Talk with Kristy or something of that nature. I'm definitely more of a blunt person. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm direct. I want all my clients to know that I'm 100% going to be real. I don't like to be fake or anything of that nature. So definitely Straight Talk, get right to the point, get to the nitty gritty, and let people know exactly what's going on. So I think that would be more the name I would go with.
Brilliant. And so if the listeners would like to know more, if they're looking to buy in North Dakota or they're looking for a land deal, how do they get in touch with you? Where do they reach you?
They can reach me anywhere by my cell phone, 406-480-9383. You can call me anytime. By email, montanaDakotaAgent@gmail.com. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So definitely reach out anytime.
Fantastic. Well, Kristy, thank you so much for your time today. And if you want to get in touch, Kristy's details will be in the show notes. So revert back to those. And to the listeners, I'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate. Goodbye for now.